With a high-profile defendant often comes high-profile witnesses, victims, celebrities. We have dug into the transcripts from the first several days of Combs' trial to find the celebrities who have been mentioned so far.
The Diddy trial just dropped a bombshell, and the names caught up in the storm will leave you speechless. This case is turning into the biggest celebrity scandal we've ever seen. The court has handed over a list of over 100 names, famous actors, singers, and big names you'd never expect. Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, Justin Bieber, the list goes on. But what's really shocking is how these names are tied to what's happening behind closed doors. This isn't just about one man. It's about a powerful web that's been covering up the truth for years. As the trial moves forward, witnesses are disappearing. Testimonies are being twisted. And behind it all, it seems like powerful people are pulling strings to keep the truth hidden. Sources say this trial is just the start. In the courtroom, agents have shared details about cash, strange items, and secret videos found in Diddy's hotel room. Prosecutors have shown shocking footage of what really happened. But here's the twist. The public isn't allowed to see it. Only the jurors get a look at the truth. And even more shocking, Diddy's own lawyers admitted that what he did was impossible to defend. But their excuse? They say his bad behavior doesn't mean he broke the law. Seriously? That's what they're going with? And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, Justin Bieber is suddenly trying to step away from Diddy. He put out a statement about the trial, trying to clear his name. But why now? Old videos of Justin and Diddy hanging out have popped up online, and fans are asking tough questions. Is he just trying to stay safe? Or is there more going on that we don't know about? The deeper we dig, the darker it gets. Witnesses have vanished without a trace, including one who was supposed to tell her story in court just days ago. Famous names are falling like dominoes. Rumors are spreading about poisonings, missing people, and cover-ups. But this isn't just gossip. Security footage and real testimonies are painting a disturbing picture of power and control. This story is way bigger than it seems. It's a peek behind the curtain of fame and fortune, where secrets are hidden and silence is bought. As the trial keeps going, more secrets are bound to come out. So buckle up, because what's coming next will leave you stunned. The Diddy trial just got a lot more shocking. During the early days of the trial, the jury was given a long list of names, over 100 in total. But these weren't just any names. They were the names of some of the biggest stars in Hollywood and the music industry. Imagine being in that courtroom, looking at a list that included Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, and even Mike Myers. The room must have gone completely silent. But wait, why were these big names even mentioned? Were they part of the case? Were they in trouble too? Well, not exactly. These celebrities weren't accused of doing anything wrong. Instead, they were listed because they might be brought up during the trial. The court needed to know if any of the jurors had connections to these stars, just to make sure the trial would be fair. But the timing of this list has made people start asking questions. Why are these names coming up now? Is there more to the story? It's not just about the names themselves, it's about what they represent. These celebrities have been connected to Diddy in one way or another. They've been seen at parties, events, and behind-the-scenes gatherings that now seem to be under a dark cloud. Even though they aren't on trial, their names popping up has set the internet on fire. People are wondering, did they know something? Were they there when shady things were happening? Or are they just caught up because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time? The list also included names of women who have already spoken out against Diddy. Cassie Ventura's name was there, along with others who have shared their stories of abuse and control. The fact that Cassie settled her case just one day after filing it has raised eyebrows. Why settle so quickly? What did she know that the public doesn't? These questions are only adding more heat to an already explosive trial. And then there's the deeper problem. This list shows that Diddy wasn't working alone. It suggests there was a network of people around him, keeping things quiet and covering up what was really going on. One of Diddy's former bodyguards has even come forward, saying he was paid to keep his mouth shut about what he saw. This makes it clear that the list of names isn't just for show. It points to a bigger problem, one where silence was bought and secrets were hidden. As the trial continues, everyone is waiting to see what will happen next. More names could come out, more connections could be revealed, and if the rumors are true, this trial is just the tip of the iceberg. So stay tuned, because things are about to get even more dramatic. If you thought the celebrity name drops were wild, buckle up, because the silence surrounding this trial is even darker. While the list of famous names grabbed attention, it also hinted at something much bigger, a network of silence that's been in place for years. One of Diddy's former bodyguards, a man who used to be close to the inner circle, came forward with a shocking claim. He said Diddy paid him to keep quiet. Think about that. Hush money. Not to protect himself from a bad rumor, but to cover up things that could destroy his entire empire. This isn't just a one-off. Time and time again, people who got too close to the truth have suddenly gone quiet, disappeared, or worse, faced threats. One male worker who was prepared to testify in court simply vanished. No calls, no messages, no sign of where he went. And just like that, a key piece of evidence for the case was gone. Sound familiar? It should, because something eerily similar happened in the Tory Lanez trial. A bodyguard with crucial evidence just disappeared. This isn't some mystery story. This is real life. The pattern is clear. As soon as the stakes get too high, people start vanishing, stories change, and the truth gets buried. Behind the glitz and glamour of the music industry, there seems to be a chilling undercurrent of fear. People are scared to speak up. And who can blame them? When you're up against a powerful figure like Diddy, backed by wealth, lawyers, and connections, it's no surprise that witnesses would think twice before standing up. Even more unsettling is the thought that this isn't just Diddy's doing. It looks like a whole system was in place. People paid to watch, to listen, to make sure no one said too much. Sources have whispered about security guards, assistants, and even friends being used to keep tabs on anyone who might spill secrets. Imagine living like that, knowing that one wrong move, one wrong word, could bring the whole house of cards crashing down and take you with it. And the fear isn't just coming from nowhere. Look at what happened to people who dared to speak out. Diddy's former associates have mentioned threats, intimidation, and chilling warnings to stay silent. Some believe that these disappearances and sudden silences aren't just coincidences. They're calculated moves to keep the truth hidden. The silence is deafening and the stakes are sky high. If even the people closest to Diddy are too scared to talk, what does that say about how deep this goes? And honey, if you think that's the end of it, think again. Because in this trial, the real shocks are just getting started. The next part of this twisted tale is about to blow the roof off the courtroom. Cassie's story and the skillet incident are coming up next, and trust me, you'll want to hear this tea. Now, let's talk about the moment that left everyone speechless, Cassie's shocking testimony. This wasn't just a casual reveal. When she took the stand, the courtroom felt like it stopped breathing. Cassie spoke about her early days with Diddy, describing a relationship that, from the outside, looked like a fairy tale, but behind closed doors was full of fear and control. She shared how, at the very beginning, Diddy gave her a drink without telling her it had something extra in it. That drink changed everything. Cassie said it wasn't just a one-time thing. He controlled what she did, where she went, and who she saw. It was like she wasn't living her own life anymore. But what really shocked everyone was the story of the skillet. Yes, you heard that right, a skillet. Cassie described how, in 2009, Diddy got so angry that he hit her with a skillet full of eggs. The whole room was frozen as she told the story. Can you imagine? This wasn't just an argument. This was violence, pure and simple. And it didn't stop there. Cassie said that she was scared for her life. She felt trapped, afraid to leave because she didn't know what Diddy might do next. But she wasn't alone. Others saw it too. One of her former bandmates, Dawn Richard, testified that she witnessed the attack. She said she was terrified, not just for Cassie, but for herself. She admitted she felt powerless to stop what was happening, and her words painted a chilling picture of Diddy's control over the people around him. And then there was the hallway footage. The court saw a video of Diddy dragging Cassie down a hotel hallway, pulling her by the neck and hair. The images were enough to make anyone's stomach turn. Even more disturbing was the moment when Cassie tried to get help. She picked up a hallway phone, called for security, and when they arrived, Diddy still tried to keep her from leaving. But that's not even the worst part. When they opened the door to the hotel room, there was another man sitting inside, like it was just another day. The whole situation was bizarre and terrifying. It painted a clear picture of how far Diddy's control reached, and just how dangerous things had become behind the scenes. Cassie's story wasn't just shocking, it was heartbreaking. And her bravery in telling it has already inspired others to speak out. But let's not forget, this is just one chapter in a much darker book. Because, honey, if you thought this was jaw-dropping, wait until you hear what happens next. The threats, the missing witnesses, and a chilling confession from someone who knows way too much. It's about to get messier than a spilled pot of tea at a dinner party. If you thought things couldn't get more unsettling, buckle up. Enter big homie CC, a man who was once in the inner circle and knew exactly how deep the rabbit hole went. In an interview, CC dropped some of the most chilling claims yet. He said he was threatened, not warned, not nudged, but flat out threatened for speaking out against Diddy. This wasn't just some casual be quiet warning. According to CC, people close to Diddy made it clear that speaking up could have serious consequences. And what makes this even more disturbing is how similar it sounds to the stories we've already heard. Witnesses going missing, friends and insiders suddenly falling silent, and key pieces of evidence just vanishing into thin air. CC wasn't the only one hinting at a dark web of threats and control. He brought up Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who passed away suddenly from pneumonia at a young age. Many online voices have whispered about the timing, wondering if her death was just another tragic accident or something more sinister. And if that wasn't enough to send chills down your spine, the rumors didn't stop there. There were also whispers about Jamie Foxx. After his sudden hospitalization in 2023, he spoke about his near-death experience in his Netflix special. He even joked, if you can call it that he thought he saw the devil at the end of a tunnel. Or was that puffy, he said. It was a throwaway line, but one that left viewers raising eyebrows. Was it just a joke, or was there something darker hiding behind his words? The more you listen, the more it seems like everyone who gets too close to the truth ends up paying the price. It's not just about lawsuits and legal threats. It's about real fear. CC made it clear that this isn't just a game. When powerful people feel cornered, they'll do whatever it takes to protect themselves, and that includes scaring others into silence. Let's not forget, this pattern isn't new. Diddy's past is littered with whispers of hush money, intimidation, and sudden changes in testimony. The walls are closing in, and it seems like the closer the trial gets to revealing the full truth, the more people try to back away, disappear, or stay quiet. But here's the thing, no matter how deep the cover-up goes, the cracks are starting to show. With each new testimony, each brave voice willing to speak out, the curtain is pulling back. And darling, you won't believe what's coming next. Justin Bieber's sudden move to distance himself from this mess is about to add fuel to the fire. Trust me, when I say the tea is about to spill, I mean it's coming down like a waterfall. Let's get into it. While the courtroom was buzzing with dramatic testimonies, one name outside of it started making waves: Justin Bieber. Out of nowhere, Justin released a carefully worded statement about the trial, saying he wasn't involved and that he supported the victims. But wait, why now? This isn't some random celebrity trying to show support. This is Justin Bieber, who's been connected to Diddy for years. People started digging. Old clips resurfaced, showing Justin and Diddy hanging out, back when Justin was much younger. One clip in particular sent chills down viewers' spines. It showed Diddy and Justin on stage, joking about how Diddy gave Justin a Lamborghini. The playful banter seemed harmless at first, but when you watch it now, it feels different. The way Diddy spoke about Big Brother Puff and his relationship with Justin seemed a little too close, a little too strange. And then there was that infamous Jimmy Kimmel interview where Justin mentioned the Lamborghini again. Kimmel joked about how Diddy gave him a fancy car, and Justin, with a nervous laugh, talked about how he hadn't even gotten it yet. Now, looking back, the whole exchange feels off. Viewers started to wonder, what was really going on behind the scenes? It didn't stop there. Fans pointed out how Justin's behavior on social media had been erratic for months. Strange posts, disappearing for days, and sudden public statements that seemed almost forced. Was he just struggling with personal issues, or was something bigger at play? People online started asking the tough questions. Was Justin trying to distance himself from Diddy because he knew more than he was letting on? Was he trying to protect his own image before something worse came out? And let's not forget, Justin wasn't the only big name caught in this mess. Other celebrities were scrambling too, trying to step back, avoid the spotlight, and quietly remove themselves from any connection to Diddy's trial. It's like everyone realized at the same time that this was a sinking ship, and they didn't want to go down with it. But Justin's move stood out. His carefully crafted statement, his sudden distancing, and those old clips coming back to haunt him made people sit up and pay attention. It's not just about guilt, it's about survival. Celebrities in the spotlight know that being even loosely connected to a scandal this big could ruin everything. The question is, what did Justin know? And more importantly, why did he wait until now to speak out? Because baby, this isn't just tea, it's a whole kettle boiling over. And the next part of the saga is where things really start to bubble. The tapes, the bribes, and the jaw-dropping secrets hidden behind closed doors are about to come spilling out. You're not ready for what's next, but trust me, you'll want to be here for it. Hold on to your seat, because what happened in that courtroom will leave you shaking your head. When the trial moved into its next stage, the prosecutors dropped a bombshell, the infamous freak-off tapes. These weren't just rumors. These were real, recorded moments showing shocking behavior. But the public wasn't allowed to see them. Only the jurors got a glimpse of what really went down. According to court testimony, the tapes showed Diddy doing things no one could believe. On-camera scenes of threats, control, and disturbing actions were revealed. But that wasn't all. A male escort took the stand and told the court how he witnessed Diddy's behavior firsthand. He described situations where money, gifts, and promises were used to keep people quiet. His words painted a picture of someone who wasn't just powerful, but dangerous. And then came the discovery that left everyone stunned. During a search of Diddy's hotel room, investigators found a hidden stash of cash, $9,000 in a mini backpack, and a pile of baby oil and Astroglide. It was a scene straight out of a movie, except this was real life. Even the judge looked shocked as the evidence was shown to the jury. But here's where it got even wilder. Diddy's lawyers didn't even deny his behavior. They told the jury that, yes, he did terrible things, but argued that it didn't count as the specific crime he was charged with. Their defense? They said his bad behavior wasn't trafficking. Seriously? That was the best they could come up with? The courtroom buzzed with disbelief as the defense team tried to spin the story. And it didn't stop there. Diddy's past came back to haunt him with stories of bribes and cover-ups. One security officer, who worked at a hotel where these so-called free coughs happened, testified that Diddy offered him a fat stack of cash to keep quiet. This wasn't hearsay. This was under oath, with evidence to back it up. Even more disturbing, the cash wasn't the only thing found. Bags of powdery substances were discovered, hidden in medicine bottles under the alias Frank Black, the name Cassie had said Diddy used before. The prosecutors revealed that the powder tested positive for illegal substances. Photos of the evidence were passed around to the jurors, leaving them visibly stunned. By this point, the trial wasn't just about stories and rumors. It was about hard evidence, footage, cash, substances, and a trail of witnesses with tales of intimidation and fear. It was becoming clear that this was bigger than anyone had imagined. But honey, don't think for a second this story is done. Because just when you think the scandal can't get any deeper, people start vanishing. And I'm talking about witnesses, and even jurors dropping out of sight. The next part of this twisted tale will leave you with goosebumps. Stay right here. You don't want to miss it. Just when you thought the Diddy trial couldn't get any more chilling, something happened that left everyone in shock. One of the key witnesses, someone known only as Victim 3, vanished. She was scheduled to testify just days before, ready to share her story about what she saw, but then she was gone. No warning, no explanation. It was like she disappeared into thin air. This wasn't just someone backing out of testifying because of nerves. Prosecutors said they couldn't reach her at all. She didn't answer calls, texts, or emails. She just vanished, leaving a huge gap in the case. And that's not the only thing. One of the jurors also sent a message to the judge, saying they wanted to be removed from the trial for personal reasons. Suddenly, the whole case felt shaky, like it could collapse at any moment. But let's be real. It's not hard to guess why people are scared. This trial isn't just about legal charges. It's about power, control, and secrets that some people would do anything to keep buried. We've already seen how insiders were paid to stay quiet, how security guards were bribed, and how other witnesses were warned to keep their mouths shut. Now, with Victim 3 disappearing, the pattern is too clear to ignore. Some people say this reminds them of other high-profile cases, where witnesses went missing or suddenly changed their stories. But this time, the stakes feel even higher. Victim 3 was ready to speak out, knowing the risks, and then she was gone. What could have scared her so much that she vanished without a trace? There are rumors swirling about what happened. Some say she got cold feet. Others believe she was threatened. But no one knows for sure, and that's what makes it so chilling. When people close to the truth start disappearing, it makes you wonder, what else are we not seeing? What other secrets are still hidden? And let's not forget, this wasn't just one person disappearing. With one juror stepping down and key witnesses missing, the case itself felt like it was teetering on the edge. Prosecutors were left scrambling to fill the gaps, but the damage was done. The trial was shaken, and everyone watching could feel the tension rising. The timing of Victim 3's disappearance was too perfect to be a coincidence. She vanished just when her story would have had the biggest impact. And now, her silence hangs over the courtroom like a dark cloud, reminding everyone that there's more going on behind the scenes than we'll ever know. But don't think for a second this is where the story ends. The next chapter of this drama is just around the corner, and it's bringing some serious star power with it. 50 Cent's explosive documentary is coming, and the details he's ready to spill could flip this entire case upside down. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Just when you thought this case couldn't get more tangled, here comes 50 Cent with the final blow. While the trial is heating up and witnesses are dropping out, 50 Cent is preparing to release his Netflix documentary, Did He Do It? And it's sending shockwaves through the industry. This isn't just another gossip special. This documentary promises to reveal behind-the-scenes secrets that even the courtroom hasn't touched. According to insiders, 50 has been collecting evidence, interviews, and receipts for years. He's ready to spill the tea on Diddy, and sources say the rapper's team is already scrambling to stop it from being released. In fact, there are reports that Diddy and even Kanye West are working overtime, filing cease and desist orders to shut it down. Why are they so desperate to stop it? Because this documentary could expose everything: the backroom deals, the threats, the missing witnesses, and the control Diddy allegedly had over people in his circle. It's like pulling back the curtain on a show everyone thought they knew, only to reveal a dark and twisted reality behind it. But what makes this even more interesting is how 50 Cent has played this game. He's been vocal for years, throwing jabs at Diddy, hinting that he knew more than he was saying. Now, with this documentary, it looks like he's ready to back up those hints with cold, hard evidence. Fans are already buzzing, waiting for the moment when 50 drops the bombshells that could turn this entire trial upside down. And here's the kicker. 50 Cent isn't just doing this to spill secrets. He's making a point. He's showing that the truth can't be silenced forever. His documentary is set to drop in early 2025, but the buzz is already massive. Clips, leaks, and teasers are spreading like wildfire online. Everyone's talking about what might be revealed, and it's got the whole industry on edge. Imagine being in Diddy's camp right now, watching the walls close in from all sides, the trial, the missing witnesses, and now, 50 Cent gearing up to air all the dirty laundry for the world to see. It's no wonder his team is panicking. But no matter how hard they try to stop it, the damage is already done. The public is watching. The jury is watching. And with every new piece of information, the story is getting darker, messier, and harder to ignore. And darling, if you think Did He Do It is the final twist in this saga, think again. Because in the conclusion, we're going to pull all these pieces together, and the final picture is going to leave you shook. Get ready, because we're about to connect the dots and reveal the truth behind it all. So here we are after all the courtroom drama, the missing witnesses, the hush money, and the shocking testimonies. This trial isn't just about one man. It's about a whole system of silence, power, and fear that's been at work for years. From A-list name drops to secret tapes, from celebrity denials to disappearing key players, this has turned into one of the biggest scandals the music industry has ever seen. Remember that list of names? Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, Justin Bieber. It wasn't just for show. Their names hint at how deep this web really goes. Even if they're not directly involved, they were part of the world Diddy built, a world of parties, secrets, and whispered stories. And while they may be trying to distance themselves now, their names are forever tied to this mess. Then there's Cassie. Her bravery in stepping forward, in telling the world what really happened, opened the floodgates. Her story about the skillet, the control, the fear, it's more than just a headline. It's a symbol of what so many people behind the scenes have faced. And even though she settled her case quickly, her words are still echoing in the courtroom. Big homie Cece, Jamie Foxx's hints, the missing witnesses, and the rumors swirling around Kim Porter's death. All of it points to something darker than just one trial. It paints a picture of power being used not to protect, but to silence. And when people like 50 Cent step in, determined to pull back the curtain with a documentary that could change everything, it's clear this story is far from over. The public might not get to see the freak-off tapes, but we've seen enough to understand what's going on. The cash, the substances, the hush money. It all points to a world where the powerful protect themselves at any cost. But as more people speak out and as more stories come to light, that world is starting to crack. And let's not forget, the jury is still watching. The court may be trying to keep things under wraps, but the truth has a way of slipping through the cracks. The question isn't just, did he do it? It's how deep does this go? So if you followed the story from the start, you know one thing. This is only the beginning. More secrets will come out. More people will be named. And the house of cards that's been built around Diddy's empire might finally come crashing down. Thanks for supporting the Gossip Blast. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more of the hottest celebrity news online. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we've got coming next.